The focus groups have met, and all this talk about packing the court and other radical ridiculosities all of a sudden are calming down. How do I know the focus groups have met and are warning the Democrats, you guys sound like the lunatics you really are? How do we know that? Here it is,
True.
Washington Times, right? The focus groups were like, you guys are really insane. You know that? We are? Grass in the air. Like, they're right. We are insane. Washington Times. Joe Biden declines to take a position on expanding the Supreme Court. Of course he does, because what happened? The focus groups have met, ladies and gents, and they told Biden and his campaign, that's crazy. We've had 9 Supreme Court justices since the 1800s. That is insane. Like crazy pills time. So, of course, Biden, grass in the air, was like, maybe we should dial that back a little bit. It's not just Biden. Because remember, the campaign focus groups are not always the same focus groups as the D.C. Capitol Hill focus groups advising Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, and others, leadership on both sides of the House for the Democrats. They have different focus groups, Joe. So those focus groups have met too. How do we know that? Washington Examiner. Check out this piece. Like I said, we always produce the receipts here. Democrats tamp down threats to pack the high court and end the filibuster over Trump's SCOTUS pick by the great Kerry Pickett. You think that was by chance? You think this is all principles? All of a sudden, the Democrats' principles like, hey, packing the Supreme Court's really insane. Like FDR tried that once, remember? That whole packing the Supreme Court thing? And you know who stopped FDR? The Democrats. For liberals watching, FDR was a Democrat. I know history is not really your thing. His own party stopped him because it's insane. And in case you're a liberal watching, packing the Supreme Court means adding more justices to make it a liberal majority, even though right now it would be a conservative-leaning majority 5-4. That's insane. Why is it insane? Because when Republicans are in charge, then they would do the same thing. And then liberals would do it. And then you'd wind up with what, Joe? 12,642 judges on the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court would have to be held in the Astrodome. You'd have to have justices all around. You'd have to have it in like the old LA Coliseum. Did the Raiders ever play that? Or was the Raiders for the LA Coliseum?
Yeah, they did.
They did, right? Okay, I'm not crazy. Well,
yeah.
I don't know what that seated. 100,000 people, 80,000, I don't know. You'd have 80,000 Supreme. It would be like that Star Wars movie, the really bad ones at the end, where like the Imperial Senate's meeting and they go up, not sideways. Like they're all on the thing and they're voting and they're screaming out into the thing, yeah, off with his head or something. You'd have like 100,000 Supreme Court justices. This is stupid. We have 9 justices for a reason, because you want to put a lid on behavior like this. It could be 7. It could be 5. It could be 11. But we settled on the number 9 because it's enough that each person's decision makes a difference and relatively representative of the ideological spectrum of the country, which is voted in Republicans in the Senate and the White House because it's a conservative center-right country. That you have a center-right 5-4 Supreme Court. It's not 6-3. Please stop that. Roberts is not a conservative. If you have a 5-4 conservative Supreme Court in a center-right country, there's nothing unusual about that. It's only lunatics who want you to believe that. And that's why the focus groups have met, are telling their Democrat friends, this is crazy pills. You're all insane. Showing you again how it's a center-right country. There's a reason something else is going on too. I want to add this to this segment. Check out this Byron York piece. It is excellent. He has an email list. He has really good stuff. Byron York's Daily Memo. Biden keeps his Supreme Court list secret. Refuses to disavow court packing scheme. Staying quiet on it. Because he knows it's crazy pills. And why will he not release his list? Because his list of Supreme Court nominees, if God forbid he's elected, is populated with lunatics who are already on the record taking your guns, late-term abortion, all that kind of stuff you probably don't like. If you believe in a little thing like, liberty and freedom, that's a little thing like that. Of course, Biden's not going to release his list, because the minute he releases his list, you may say, Dan, Biden claims to be a moderate. Why wouldn't he release a list of actual moderates? Because his left-leaning lunatic fringe people will go crazy. So he's trying to duck it. But he knows if he releases the list of left-wing lunatic candidates, he has to submit to keep the lefty lunatics off his back. He knows the moderates, right, the actual moderates in the focus groups and moderates who vote in the center-right country will be like, wait. That judge he nominated, Joey Bag of Donuts, is on the record saying the Second Amendment is a relic. Get rid of it. I guarantee you there's some legacy of jurisprudence these people have had on his list that is anti-liberty and anti-freedom, and he's terrified. So he's trying to hide it.
You just heard Dan Bongino.